That was some crazy shit. Okay. Do you still hear that stupid music? What's going on? How did that happen? So we're having the reliable Don Carlos, a true Cameroon cigar, a true gladiator of the Cameroon tobacco. Um, you can't go wrong with Don Carlos. Is what it is. What a superior cigar. It is what it is. What's up, Cap? What's up, bro? How's your boss? How you doing? I mean, nobody cares, but it is what it is. Mr. Sack. Mr. Sack. All right, guys, come on. Be nice to Sack. Give Sack like 5 seconds tonight. All right. Sack literally just you get what you deserve, Sack. You get what you deserve. Oh, the Don Carlos is such a better cigar. My man, make sure you stay fresh. I bought a new bar of soap today. There's a bar of soap. The company's called the San Francisco Soap Company, but the soap doesn't have AIDS. It's actually a really good soap company, high quality soap, and I don't think it's made in San Francisco. Um, anyways, oh yeah, I smell really fresh. Yeah, if you see, it was like $8. I mean, it was a big heavy bar of soap, and this shit's gonna last you a long. This shit's gonna last you over a month. And I take 2 showers a day. Um, it's really good quality soap. It's really compressed. I mean, the shit lasts a long time. So if you see the San Francisco Soap Company, I can recommend their quality soaps. They're really nice. It's like my third bar that I bought from them, and it's high quality. Yeah, it's high quality. Nobody cares. Wow, that was really crazy. That was really crazy. I what? How did that happen? Mind control. Ah, what a better cigar. I'm not reviewing Don Carlos. I've already. You can check out my review. I'm just enjoying it. It's a very reliable cigar. It's a very affordable cigar. It's an affordable luxury cigar. All right, that's what it is. It is what it is. Nobody cares. It's such a stupid place. What a stupid place. It is what it is. It does. Oh, it's such a great call. I don't worry about this going out at all. I've had the Don Carlos a lot. Over 50 times? Yeah. Can't say 100, but a lot. A lot. Had it a lot. How's your balls?
What am I doing here? Such a stupid place.
It's just a stupid fucking place. Yeah. He said, how many stars does this lounge have on Yelp? None. Zero. It's a stupid place. How you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this Ashton Sorcerer. I haven't had one in years. It's really good.
Dude, the
I'll be putting this in the regular rotation for sure.
VSG is such a great cigar, man. You know?
Really excellent, yeah.
I put it right there with Padron 26, but the 26 is heavier, but I think the VSG is more beautiful. It depends what kind of mood you're in, you know?
Yeah. It definitely has a really pretty flavor to it. Very nice.
Yeah, no, it's
good
nice.
size too.
I'm excited that when Fuente starts rolling in Nicaragua, are we going to see new versions of Ashton and J.C. Newman cigars that Fuente makes, you know? Like, could we see an Ashton VSG in Nicaragua?
Mm.
Why not? You don't think Ashton's not going to want anything from the Nicaraguan factory from Fuente?
Oh, for sure. I got that Partagas cigar in today. I'm looking forward to try that thing.
Oh, you didn't
Expensive
smoke,
cigar.
dude.
Okay, maybe tomorrow or something.
That thing looks nice.
Yeah.
The party is how nice. It looks nice, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty looking cigar. Beautiful wrapper on it.
But you know what's crazy about that? I think that's the first time Partagas used media tempo. That might hit pretty heavy. You know, really got to hold the smoke on that and see how it hits you. You know what I'm saying though? Because if you hold the smoke on media tempo, it generally hits you hard.
It's funny. I haven't smoked a not Cuban Partagas. I couldn't tell you the last one I smoked.
But you got to
So it should be interesting.
You got to have the legend. The legend is so good.
The Legend? Okay.
Dude, it's a very easy to love, very delicious chocolatey cigar, but um, really unique flavor to it. But here's the catch: take it out 2 days. That wrapper is one of the thickest wrappers I've ever seen on a cigar. It is a slow burning wrapper. It's prone to having burn issues. That's my opinion. I've had it many times, but I give that cigar a pass because I love how good the flavor is. So just keep that in mind that you might have some touch ups, and you have to kind of stay on it because it's so slow burning that it'll go out. So I would try the skinnier gauge, um, and get more flavor out of it. But the Robusto or Corona in that cigar is ridiculous. And maybe $12.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but you never had the Legend. It's the white label one.
No. No. Yeah. Okay, I know the one. It's like a very plain.
Yeah.
All white label. Yeah.
But it's long. It's long. But it looks like a nice white. It looks like a pastel. Partagas gets no respect on the non-Cuban side, and some of that I understand. but at the same time, they have some great sticks. The Legend, the Ducatas was great. And that new one though, I'm really looking forward to that though. Like you know, generally we agree on a lot of stuff, whether I smoke it first or you smoke it first. So we'll see on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because not that many people use Media Tempo.
Yeah, I got that at Neptune Cigars. They have singles. If anybody wants to try it out.
What'd you pay?
Nice.
What'd you pay?
It's $22.
That's not a cheap cigar.
No, it's not.
No, well, not for a non-Cuban. For a Cuban, it's cheap. For high end. But yeah, it should be exciting. Is that the one made in Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I actually bought a 10 pack of. I bought a 10 pack of Cohiba Black today, Robusto on Cbid. I was able to my Cbid account. It was so fucked up. They had 103 addresses for me. On your address, it was 103, and it was all the same address, over and
What
over.
the fuck is
And
that?
I, I called them up. I tried to call before, and they never answered. Today they finally answered, and the woman goes, "Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen this before." I'm like, "What?" Because I tried to add my new address, and it says, "Sorry, you have too many addresses." Okay, and the woman's like, "I don't understand how you have 103 addresses from the same address." Um, so
Would they
she
delete it all?
Yeah, we got the right address. So I got 10 Cohiba Blacks, I think, for like maybe $35, $36. Really good deal. It was like two five. It
Yeah,
was five. It was, dude. Think of it this way,
yeah.
man. I was smoking those cigars for like $4 a piece. Cohiba Black at the store is $22. So now really it should be maybe a $12, $13 cigar. But for $4, I'll smoke it all day. You know. Uh,
I bought this one. I was at the Davidoff Lounge in Brooklyn. I was nearby, so I stopped in,
yeah, I like
looking
that.
around. Yeah, nice place.
Yeah, you walk in, all the cigars are on the left, right, for the most part, right? Or do they move it around?
You walk in, there's like the register and some accessories, and then you go through that first door, and it's cigars everywhere on both sides, all over the place. And then the
Yeah.
lounge is in the back.
The lounge in the back, yeah. Was it crowded?
They had a lot of nice stuff. I didn't go in the lounge. I just, but it was early. It was like 10:30 in the morning, so I don't think anybody was there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice part of Brooklyn. You got Peter Luger's right there, right?
Yep.
Did you ever go to Peter
That's the
Luger's?
best thing to do. Oh, I like 10 times. Yeah.
I never been
You gotta go. That's the best thing. You go in Peter Luger's, you have your nice steak, and you go in the lounge, you smoke a cigar right after. It's hard to
there.
beat.
It's right across the street.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, that cigar is terrible. The Long Live the Queen. Piece of shit.
I never had that one.
What's up, 3000?
Actually, at the Davidoff shop, they had the new Caldwell, the new Blind Man's. It's like a light blue label. I forget what it is, but they had a giant box of those for sale. So maybe I'll get one of those in the next couple of days. Try it.
Honestly, though, but that's the thing about boutique stuff. Like with him, I think different cigars, they might be rolled at different places. That cigar, dude, I'd be pissed. If I bought that cigar, I'd be really mad. Like, even if
That
it was
bad,
like
huh?
$1 cigar, that was a piece of shit. What's up, Josh? So, I mean, that's the first Kawa I didn't like. Because the pepper cream soda I like.
Yeah, I've liked all the ones I've had so far.
Yeah. That's what
Oh,
it
they
is.
had a box. They had a couple of boxes of the Davidoff Millenniums,
How
the
much?
Lanceros. I think they were like $40 in the lounge.
Yeah, the
It's
gouge.
expensive, but
The gouge.
yeah.
It is what it is.
They had some Opus X, I think like Forbiddens and stuff, but they were all like $45 a piece.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's crazy, man. That's like, yeah, I don't blame people when you just order stuff online, get the shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, everything's so expensive. Like, you know, I mean, just the price of food. Like you live in Brooklyn, man. I'm sure your electric bill's pretty high, right?
Everything's high. Yeah.
Everything's high, right? You know, just paying your bills, like electric, water, gas. Well, you have gas, or you have oil.
Gas.
Yeah, the city
Yeah,
doesn't
they
do.
took the oil tank out. What's that?
Mostly Long
They
Island,
took.
people have oil.
Yeah, they took the oil tanks out a long time ago, and around here mostly. There's not. You don't see any. You don't see the oil truck coming around
Yeah.
really at all anymore.
Can you recommend a Scotch similar to Johnny Blue, without the high price tag? No, listen, you're not going to get Johnny. You're not going to get anything like Johnny Blue at a lower price tag. I mean, I can tell you other good scotches, but I mean, Johnny Blue realistically is a great $150 bottle of scotch. I mean, people gouge 200, 250. You can get stupid. But so even if you say to Johnny Blue, a great $150 bottle of scotch, if you're talking about blended scotch, malt whiskey like that. No, no. Johnny Blue is a blended Scotch whiskey. That was the thing. If it's a blend, there's two blends: blended Scotch whiskey and malt Scotch whiskey. A malt Scotch whiskey is a blend of only single malts. But if you have a blended Scotch whiskey, that's a mix of blends of all single malts and grain whiskey. So some people, it's a plus and minus. It all depends on the blend. But um, generally, the blended malt Scotch whiskeys get more expensive because it's only using single malt, a mix, you know. Um, but yeah, I like blended Scotch too. I'm not just a cigar snob. I have to have only single malts. Um, I love Glenmorangie. I like Lagavulin. I like Lefroy. Um, I like Dewar's. I'll drink Dewar's 12 and 15 year. You know, the higher end Dewar's, and they're really reasonable. They had Dewar's 18 year, bro, for $72. 18 years. No, it was 19 year Scotch. 19, it was Dewar's 19. $72, man, at the liquor store. That was a good deal. I should have bought it.
Yeah, even the price of scotch went crazy over the last 5 years. It really got nuts then.
Well, especially on the single malt side. You go to the blend side, it's
Yeah.
the price is a little better, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like, there's not so many great blends. You know, there's only really a handful of great blends to buy. I think. I don't like the Monkey Shoulder. I don't agree. That's any good. I don't think that's any good.
I like
But
it, Scotch, but it's I can still get it for $30, $35.
oh yeah, yeah, that's the price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But that yeah, you don't like Monkey Shoulder. But what are you drinking? The only high end Scotch, so it's too low for you.
I tell you the truth, I like bourbon better than I like Scotch. To be honest, I started off as a Scotch drinker, and once I started getting into bourbon, just my opinion, I think it tastes much better, and you get more value, more bang for your buck too.
Well, there's a reason why you get more value. Importation. Bourbon is already made in this country. They don't have to ship it here from Scotland. They don't have to import it, right? And they don't have to pay the import tax and shipping. I'm telling you, a $30 bourbon is a $50 Scotch. You won't change my mind. You get what I'm saying though? Like you can't for $40 you can get a $40 bourbon, a really great bourbon, and for an equal Scotch might cost you $60. You know?
Yeah.
Uh,
The other thing I don't like about a lot of Scotch is, they tend to be 40% alcohol, which I'm not really a fan of. I like
40.
43, 45. 40 is you know, kind of flat for me. But
I don't know. I mean, 40 will still get the job done though. You know?
tell you, there's a lot of great Japanese whiskey too. That's another thing you should.
I like
Like
Jap.
for me, the best blended whiskey I ever had was Hibiki 10-year-old blended whiskey. Japanese. It it's so tasty. I don't think they make the 10-year-old blended anymore.
I've
I
had
think
that.
it's now a 12.
I
It's
don't remember.
delicious.
I don't remember the year.
Yeah.
I like the Japanese stuff. Dude, listen, Japanese doesn't make anything bad, man. Their whiskey. Yeah, yeah,
It's a great bottle. The Glenlivet 18-year-old is really nice.
great. 1118 is great.
Yeah.
I used to get it for $90. How much is it now? 120, 130.
I haven't checked. Yeah, well, it was. It used to be. I remember it was like $50 back in the day. You know, it's
Dude, I used to get it for
crazy.
90. I used to get it for $90 back in 2014. So that if you get it at 50, that's way back in the day.
Yeah.
That's way back in the day.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was a big whiskey nut years ago. I used to buy and sell, flip all kinds of bottles of high-end scotch
yeah.
like I sold. I had bottles of the Glenfiddich. It's called the Snow Phoenix.
Oh,
Like it came in this giant tin, and the the rick house at Glenfiddich collapsed from snow being on the roof. So they were like, "Shit, what are we gonna do?" They blended it. They put all the barrels together and they released a bottle called the Snow Phoenix. For instance, I bought that bottle for like $90. I ended up selling them for like $500 a piece.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
crazy.
Wow. Wow. That, people, it was that sought after. How good was it?
It was delicious because once it's gone, it's gone. They only made that the amount they had, and that's the end of it. You can't go out and buy it.
Yeah. I like, honestly, I prefer Glenfiddich over Glenlivet. That's just, if you're talking about equal scotches. So if you said Glenfiddich 12 or Glenlivet 12, I prefer the Glenfiddich. If you said Glenlivet 15 or Glenfiddich 15, you know what I'm saying though? Like, now if you said Glenfiddich 15 versus Glenlivet 18, I'll take the Glenlivet. But of equal years, for me, for my palate, I like the Glenfiddich.
And to me, they're kind of similar. To be honest, I think I prefer the Glenlivet 18 over any of those similar years. It's really great. The Glenlivet 21 Archives, it's called. It comes in like a red box.
I've had
Really beautiful.
somebody brought it
But
to us.
that price went crazy too.
Yeah, there she is. I don't remember, what it looked like. I didn't pay for it. So. What's that one that starts with a B? And they always talk about like Caribbean cask barrel aging. They do
Balvenie.
yeah, the Balvenie 60.
Balvenie. Yeah, those are excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Balvenie's good shit. I think you know the peatiest Scotch I ever had is a Lagavulin 16. Lagavulin is like so smoky, bro. It's like I had a guy give me a bottle. He couldn't drink it. He's like, I honestly, bro, he goes, I can't drink this. And he gave it to me. He got it for as a gift, and he just gave
Yeah.
it to
Yeah, I had my friend give it to me also. He said, "Get this shit out of my house.
me.
It tastes like medicine."
Isn't that funny, man? That's how smoky that shit is. That
When I used to drink that, if I came home like on a shitty winter's day and I felt a little crappy, I'd have a little glass of the Lagavulin. It made me feel better somehow.
well, it changed your mind. You're like, what the fuck is this? But Lafroig is really odd.
Oof. I call that the frog. We call that the frog. It's it's fucked up. It's
I,
it's
no,
it's an acquired taste.
it's I don't think you can acquire it. I think every time I even smell it, I'm like, what the fuck is it? And but what I like about that company, they embrace it. Like they don't.
Oh yeah. No, no, no.
Lafroig is the weirdest fucking Scotch I've ever heard. You taste that Scotch like. But you want to hear something crazy? There's a high end British bar restaurant by my house, and this guy's from England, and like, I mean, everything's made from scratch, and he has high end scotches and whiskeys and bourbons, and he makes food with Lefroy. He makes sauces. He makes a Lefroy barbecue sauce burger, bro. It's fucking Lefroy and the barbecue sauce is fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I when I first went there, I'm like, come on, it's gonna suck. I told the guy, I'm like, dude, no way. He goes, hold on, and he brought me out some fries with the sauce, and I just did the potato. It's all hand cut fries. You know what I'm saying? Though it was, I couldn't believe it. He told me, man. But you got to know what you're doing though if you're cooking with Scotch, and that's probably not cheap to do either, right? You're a chef, right? Like how
I
much
was.
Scotch make to make a barbecue sauce? Like that's not cheap, right?
Well, it depends how much flavor you want to put through it, but no, it's definitely not cheap
No,
for just for a barbecue sauce, you know.
dude, dude. Yeah, no, I was impressed with that place. It is what it is. You said 10. You said the 10-year cash track. Have you tried?
Whew.
Have you tried any of these Dewar's Caribbean casks? Like they're pretty cheap, but they're making some more like three. There was three different kinds. They actually made a Japanese one too. It was a Dewar's and it had a Japanese name on it. I'm not sure if they worked with someone in Japan. And the bottle was only like $27.
No, I haven't had Dewar's in forever.
I'll tell you what though, I know the cheap Dewar's, but that's a classic party scotch, man. That reminds me of my family. At Christmas time, you're not pouring, 18 scotch, hand it out with the family. You're just having Dewar's on the rocks. You know what I'm saying though? You go to a wedding, Dewar's on the rocks, whatever. I have no problem with Dewar's on the rocks at a party. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's an open bar, like you're not going to get an open bar Glenlivet 18. You know what I'm saying? They'll get, no one's doing
Right, right.
unless they're rich. So, but Dewar's there's such a difference because Dewar's white labels is 6. Dewar's 12 is so much better. I love Dewar's. Dewar's 12, and I get a bottle of like maybe $30. It drinks like a better scotch because this is such a big company. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I like it better than other like $50 to $60 scotches. I like Dewar's 12 better than Johnny Black. Um, but Johnny Green,
I think all the Johnny Black suck except for the blue. To be honest, that's what I think.
I disagree. The green and the gold and the platinum I like. You don't like those?
No.
Ah, I disrespect your
Everybody's entitled to their wrong opinion.
Right. Everyone's entitled to be stupid. You're saying he said it's
There's
just
a great Jack Daniels out there. If you get the Jack Daniels single barrel proof,
yeah.
that is excellent Jack Daniels.
But in between, even the Gentleman Jack is still better than regular Jack. The Gentleman Jack
You
is
know,
is, is more aged than regular Jack. But yeah, the single barrel is really nice.
excellent. But the barrel proof version of that, there's a regular single barrel, and then there's the single barrel proof. Holy shit, outstanding.
Yeah.
It's like 60 to 70% alcohol, though. You got to water it down, but the flavor's excellent.
I haven't tried that. So you could put like 1 ounce of that in like a Jack and Coke, and you probably have a good time or something.
Whew. Yeah,
It's
tasty.
70%. Wow,
Yeah.
I haven't tried that. What about bourbon? Do you like Maker's Mark or you don't like Maker's Mark?
I love Maker's Mark. Yeah, that's see if I'm at an open bar, that's like usually something that they'll always have like a Maker's Mark. So you can always be safe with that.
And that's a reasonable price. Well, there's two Maker's Mark. There's the regular and the 46, right?
Yeah, there's a regular 46, but there's actually like a few more versions. There's a bunch of there's a new one. There's like a cast strength. There's like 4 or 5 versions actually now of the Maker's Mark. But the
I,
46 is really nice.
I like Elijah Craig 12. Have you ever had that?
That's a great bottle. I still have the old bottle. I think I sent you a picture of it. The giant bottle of Elijah Craig when it was 12 years old. Now they don't put the age statement on the bottle anymore.
Because they ran out. They can't put 12. No, I do. When I was drinking that, it was 2013, 14. I was drinking Elijah Craig. My go-to back then, check this out. I was Elijah Craig 12 and Macallan's 10. I would
Hmm.
mix half and half. And know what I would call it? Botch. Bourbon and scotch. Botch. And I'm telling you right now, bro, 2 ounces of Elijah Craig 12 and 2 ounces of Macallan's 10. You can't believe how well they mix. Forget about blended Scotch whiskeys. They need to make blended bourbon Scotch whiskeys. I'm not even joking. You think I'm crazy? Why not? Why not? What's so wrong with that?
No, that's the thing though. So that's called what we used to do is it's called an infinity bottle.
Yeah.
And what me and my friend would do, we'd always drink at his house, and we'd finish a bottle of whatever, and then like the big bottle of Woodford Reserve, the giant bottle. And every time we got to the end of any bottle, with a few ounces left, we pour it in and pour it in and pour it in until we filled the giant bottle with all different whiskeys, scotch, rye, you name it. And then we would drink that bottle. It was amazing how good it would turn out every time, though.
I'm telling you, because each one has, different characteristics. And, oh, good, dude. Yeah,
We'd have like 30, 40 different whiskeys in that one bottle and drink and then drink that.
that must have, see, we agree on that, man. The whiskeys, I think, make,
Absolutely.
um, I like Glenmorangie. If I want a light scotch, Glenmorangie is easy to love. Glenmorangie 10 is like, it's like drinking apple juice. I really like that.
That's a very popular like beginner scotch and
Yeah, but
reasonably priced too.
I still drink it now. Just it's kind of like a Connecticut shade scotch. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
though?
yeah, yeah.
It's what it is. There's nothing wrong with that.
I
Um,
have a bottle of Glenmorangie, 18-year-old extremely rare that my wife got for me like 15 years ago. I never opened it. It's still sitting there in the closet.
oh wow,
Yeah,
that's probably collectible by now.
probably. Yeah.
He said, yeah, yeah, Elijah Barrel. Oh yeah, Barrel Proofs. Never had those.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is one of the best whiskeys you can get your hands on. They're incredible, highly sought after too. Really excellent.
Yeah, so I haven't drank in a while. So you're telling me they don't make the 12-year no more?
No, so it won't say 12 years on the bottle because they don't want to promise that. They
Yeah,
took it off the front of the label. Yeah, but
yeah,
they say it's still 10 to 12 years, but they
yeah, but
can't say 12 years anymore.
it ran out. They ran out. Um,
It's hard. Bourbon became so popular that it's just crazy. It exploded. Yeah,
oh
Knob Creek is excellent too.
yeah, I don't.
Balcones I didn't like. I had a couple of Balcones. I didn't like it at all. That's made in Texas, I believe.
I never tried that. There's some
I
good.
had the one. Yeah.
Colorado has some pretty good whiskey. I like Tin Cup. And there's the biggest one here in Colorado. Oh my God, what's the name of it?
Oh, the Stranahan's.
No, that's one. But there's the other one. It's even bigger out here.
What's
Um,
another one?
oh God, it's the name of a town. Could somebody look up Colorado whiskey? Something with a big
Oh, Breckenridge.
dude. I like Breckenridge whiskey, man. That's some good
Yeah,
shit.
it's pretty good. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's very affordable. Out here, we get bottles for like $34, like and you get the higher end bottle here for like $40, 45. It's very reasonable. Think about the shipping too. It's right here, and a lot of the local stores have like connections with the distributor. Like they get really good prices on that shit. I've seen bottles of that for like $26, man, like really low pricing. Like Breckenridge is, but I'm sure it gets more money the further you go with shipping and everything else.
We have a really good local distillery here in Brooklyn, Kings County Distillery. It's in the Navy Yard, the Brooklyn Navy Yard. They make excellent whiskey. Really good. It's a little pricey, but it's excellent.
Yeah, they make it in New York. Everything's gonna be expensive. Everything's gonna be expensive. Um, a lot of people don't know that. What's that vodka Tito's? They don't know it's made in Texas.
There was a big controversy with that guy, wasn't there?
I don't know about that, but I believe it's like $1 billion company. Tito's
Yeah.
was shit as far as price when it first came out. It was nothing.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I have never seen a brand get more. It's just like everyone latched onto it,
Yeah.
and Tito, because no one was like, why am I going to buy a bottle of Grey Goose for $50? And they were buying a bottle for Tito's for $12 and having a great time. If you're mixing, I mean, no one's drinking vodka straight. They mix drinks, cranberry soda, whatever, Sprite, whatever they want to mix, orange juice. But most of the girls are drinking with champagne. So I'm sorry, not champagne. That's mimosas, orange juice. But the Tito's is so cheap, and you buy it by the jug. Uh, that was the first alcohol they were allowed to make in Texas, as far as not beer but liquor, because
Oh,
because Texas was a dry state as far as production. You know what I'm saying though? But they
hmm.
opened up production. You couldn't manufacture liquor legally I'm talking about liquor, not beer. And Tito's was the first one, I believe. And my God, like Tito's is. Well, I mean, I'm not saying I drink it that much, but I don't really like vodka. But that's
Yeah,
it.
me neither.
That exploded, man. Right? I
It
mean,
exploded. Yeah, absolutely.
I think people are buying that more than Grey Goose. Like it's people, it's American made.
Yeah, I remember Absolute was the only vodka people drank back in the day. Then Grey Goose and Ciroc was a big one. Tito's was a big one.
But Tito's is now. Yeah, if you're going back in the day, Absolute. You had the other one, Sky, which was garbage. Then what's the other one?
Sky, yeah. Ooh,
What's that one? Stoli. All the Stoli had all the.
Stoli.
But they had Stoli blueberry, Stoli strawberry, whatever the fuck. And yeah, uh, you know what? I used to really like gin. Hey, Sako, how you
I
doing?
love gin. I love gin.
I used to like gin, and I'll tell you why. I haven't drank gin in, since 2000, like 14, 15. Um, After my divorce, I had some. I'll just say that I was doing a little too much, and one night I was at the cigar lounge, and I had a bottle of. Yeah, it was a bottle of scotch and a bottle of gin. No joke, bro. I fucking drank them both. And I put the bottle of gin. We had this big glass. I just put the whole thing and just drank the glass. And guys like, like, what the fuck, bro? That night, I'm not even gonna say on the episode, but that night was Richie was doing some out of this world thing. It involved trying to fight a bus. I'm not gonna go into that. Uh, a bus, like Richie was in the street. It was, and the friends were calming me down. And then a bus was coming, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I tried. Richie tried to fight the bus. Like my friend grabbed me. He's like, "Yo, bro, you got hit by a bus." I thought the bus was like a person, it was that gun. And then my friend drove me home, and I got to the door. He's like, "All right, just go home." It was such a crazy night. I'm not going to talk about it, but he got me to the door. He's like, "Just go inside, go to sleep." He's like, "Dude, you're gone." Yeah, I left my car at the shop. He left. I put the keys in my door, and I watched him leave. And I looked back at my door, and in my mind, I said, "Where the fuck am I?" I was like, "I gotta go home." And I left the keys in the door, and I left my house to find the house. And here's the middle of a blizzard. It was a snowstorm. So I left my house, walking down Portion Road in Ronkonkoma, going west. You know, People are pulling over. I ended up talking to somebody at a stop sign, and I don't remember. But anyways, a few years later, I was at a, a funeral, and my friend, it was someone in his family died, and that guy happened to be there. And he saw me. He's like, "Oh my God, you're the guy." Look what he goes,
Holy shit.
hour at a blizzard at a stop sign. He's like, "You were telling me some crazy shit, and the stories were so crazy, and I could just, it's like you came out of nowhere." And he's going on and on. He's like, "I can't believe, I can't." And I was just like, I don't even remember that. Like, I think, and I ended up at a TCBY ice cream store. I walked in, and they were going to kick me out because apparently whatever, I wasn't making a coherent speech. And so, they called my ex-wife from my phone, and she picked me up, and in the middle of blizzard. And they're like, "If you don't come by now, we're gonna call the police." Whatever. So I just remember my ex-wife pulling up, and my kids in the back seat. And as soon as I saw my kid in the back seat, I just snapped out of it. And I got in the front seat, and my kid's like, "Mommy, what's wrong with Daddy?" And I just snapped out of it. I knew I embarrassed myself. I was like, no.
Yeah.
He brought me home. I get into my dad's house, and my dad was like, my dad's waiting for me. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" He's like, "You got to straighten up. You got to straighten up." And I just looked at him, and I just puked all over the place on myself. I just said, "I have to go to bed." And I slept for like 2 days. And woke up, when I woke up, he never mentioned it. He didn't say nothing. He knew I was in a bad spot. And but he was thinking like he was. So, anyways, don't ever drink a bottle of gin and a bottle of scotch back to back. Like I haven't drank gin since. I can't. I can't. I can't.
I think it's a great drink, like for the summer. If you're sitting out in the heat, have a nice gin and tonic, a nice ice cold gin and tonic. It's really good.
Well, can't you make what's that Cuban drink? The mojitos? Can you use gin in mojito or no?
And I think that's strictly just rum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think rum gets overlooked a lot. As far as guys that like high end scotches or bourbons, but I think rum has its place. You know what I'm saying though, depending what you're doing.
I've
Yeah,
had some nice Cuban rums, like 12-year-old Cuban rums, that you could sip them just like whiskey. Really good.
interesting.
And I don't like rum, but the
No,
nice higher end stuff, yeah, you can drink.
a guy brought in a high end one, like really expensive. I'm not sure if it was like 15 or 20, whatever it was, at a lounge, and it was nice. But I mean, he got it as a Christmas present, and but I wouldn't be dropping $250 on a bottle of rum. But if you want 25-year-old rum, it's going to cost you money.
I used to get the Cuban 12-year-old rum for like 50, $60. Not too bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop this ash. I could keep going, but dude, that Caldwell was so disappointing. Don't waste your time on it. Like,
Good to know.
and not that I always look for the same thing when it comes to a rapper, but every Cameroon cigar I ever had has similar qualities. Roasted nuts, saltiness, maybe caramel, cinnamon, tons of cinnamon normally, nice black pepper, just a rich, toasty kind of a cigar. And that had none of it. Like, I don't know what. I can have a Red Dot, I can have a Don Carlos or a Hemingway Classic, and they have some similar concepts to them. That cigar was such a piece of shit. Like, I didn't like it from the first puff to the I smoked it to the last third. I didn't like any. I can't say anything good about it as far as the profile. Construction was great, but
Yeah.
construction means nothing. It's like having a beautiful looking car. If it doesn't drive, it doesn't matter. You know, the flavor on that cigar was. I would never buy that cigar. Like for the rest of my life, I'll never even. It's not even like, well, maybe I need to try it again. I would never do that.
That's it.
No, the cigar is dead to me. That long live the queen is dead. Forget about the queen. She can kiss my ass. So, what do you think about that guy beating all the girls in the women's poker tournament?
You know, that's far out shit, man. I don't. I try not to get too caught up in it.
No,
All that bullshit.
but I'm just saying that's the world we're living in, and it's just great. And then I saw a politician today from Indiana. He's a white guy, like a regular white, like beer drinking guy, and he's like he literally came out as a lesbian African American woman, and he put it on his thing, and people are losing their mind, and he's like, "Wow, I'm just doing what everyone else is doing." They're like, but he's just, you know, that'd be like Trump coming back, and Trump's like, "I'm a woman, and vote for me." Dude, I mean, dude, we are in this level of insane asylum. I mean. It's like remember that story, "The King Has No Clothes." You can't say nothing. So at the same time, if you can't say nothing, you might as well join it. If you're applying for a job, yeah, say you're Chinese or whatever, or say whatever. Yeah, sure, sure, yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever you want, whatever.
Listen, I hate to cut you short tonight, but I gotta run. I hope you can get somebody else on because I gotta be up in like a little over 5 hours.
You got to.
So
You don't
it's
get.
late here.
You get 5 hours of sleep.
Tonight, probably looking at 5 hours. So
That's it. It's gonna be a
maybe I'll
rough.
come back on. Yeah, I'm used to it. But maybe I'll come back on when I smoke the part. I guess we'll talk about it.
Even just text me, yeah, and then it will come on. Make sure you have it on a clean pallet though, and I would take that
Yeah.
part out of the cellophane now and let it breathe for tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, it's already out. Yeah, it's already out.
I'm telling you because, especially when a cigar is brand new, it might be kind of a little still wet from the factory. You know what I'm saying though?
Yeah,
Because when it
absolutely.
gets released, think about it. Post roll aging, it might be still too moist. You know what I mean?
It's
So
brand new. Yeah, it's brand new cigar plus the travel. So I let it rest for a little while.
yeah. Well, I hope you have a great time with that. Let me know Just initial impression. Forget about the flavors, but just was it good or was it not good? That's simple, man. But
Sure.
hey, I wish
Sure.
it stay fresh.
All right. Listen, I'll check you. I'll check you out probably tomorrow. I should be around. But good
Oh,
night, everybody.
watch out for that clinky.
Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, bro. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man.
Peace. Well, we want to thank Anthony P for coming on the show. We're getting toward the last third of this. The Don Carlos is such a reliable cigar. He said, I definitely had some nights like that in my single days. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't miss that shit. In my 20s, after my divorce, you have to let that shit go. But I don't drink anymore. If I have one drink, that's it. I have one drink. That's it. I don't need to go back to the bottle. But I barely even drink, and even rarely do I drink during the week. Sometimes I do, but very rarely though. And if I do, it's one. That's it. One drink is enough. Here's what it is. You know. Anyway, that's for me. You do what you want. But I'm going to be 40 years old. I'm 40 years old right now because I'll tell you right now. What do you mean? You're 39? No, I count. I'm going to tell you right now. This is just me, but I've said this for a long time. I count the 9.5 months I was in my mother's womb. I count that. So I already am 40 years old. Bullshit. You're not, your first day of life is not when you come out of your mother's womb. I mean, that's not even your first day on earth. You've been on earth. You're in your mother's womb. You're on earth. Your mother's womb is on earth. It had to be. She had sex with your father on earth. It's not like she's an astronaut. So if you're 39 and 3 months, you're 40 because you have to count the time in the womb. I already am 40 years old. I have been living on this earth for 40 years and 2 months. I can't stress it enough. Whenever you have your real birthday, add 9 months. Unless if you were preemie, which, whatever. I'm glad you made it. These ideas I have are true. He said, "Yeah, pizza's here. Yeah, what do you say? The pizza's not ready yet, or the pizza's ready, but it's still pizza before it comes out the oven, right? Yeah. Once, once, once the guy beats the dough, add some sauce and cheese, you got a pizza. Okay, you made a pizza. I can't stress it enough. Now, a lot of guys here, like Gio, are doing a lot of practice pizza. Oh, I'm trying to make some pizza. He's practicing. He's just throwing the dough in the dumpster. Where the fuck is Gio? He's clapping cheeks. I can't stress it enough. You got to add 9 months to your life. Which cigar are you talking about? What cigar are you talking about? He said his padrones are $17. Yeah, party's over. Yeah, the party is black is great. The party is black is great. I almost bought a 5 pack on CBIP. If you like the party is black, you're gonna like the Cohiba Black. I just bought Cohiba Black. I don't know, like maybe 17 and change or whatever it was for a 5 pack. I got 2 5 packs, so I got 10 of those coming. I think with shipping it came out to like $43. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. the last third on these Don Carlos. On all Fuentes, the last third is just magical. Such great flavor. Well, the Don Carlos is superior to Long Live the Queen. I can't stress enough, the Long Live the Queen was not a good cigar. It was not a good cigar. That was not a good cigar. I'll say it again. It wasn't a good cigar. That's great. That's great. Well, it is what it is. Nobody cares. It is what it is. Well, that's it. All right. It's Monday. Everyone's fucking tired. Nobody cares. So do yourself a favor. Turn around and go to bed. All right. Get out of this place. It's a stupid place. Don't ever come back. Don't ever come back to this place. Everyone here, go hang out with the Vixen. Go hang out with everyone else. Get the fuck out of this place. It's a stupid place. It's guaranteed, or your money back. It's going to be stupid. Third night of March. Okay, you're not 40 yet. You're almost 40. You'll be 40 March. You'll be 40 in June. Okay. In June, you're going to be 40. Have a birthday. They've been lying to us. The time in the womb counts. I can't stress because right when a woman's pregnant, what do you say? Oh, you're pregnant. But what is she pregnant with? A burrito? A cheeseburger? No, she's pregnant with a baby. And what is a baby? A human life. And how do we judge a human life? By time. And when does that time start? What? When you come out? Bullshit. Bullshit. He said, chocolate cheeks. Here's what it is. You got to count the time in the womb. Hi, my name is Richie, and I count the time in the womb. Can't stress that. If that's the case, you should be able to retire sooner, and you should be able to collect Social Security sooner because you have to count the time in the womb. Your birthday's not your first day. That's a lie, right? It takes 9 months to make a baby. And then he comes out and you're like, hey, congratulations, you're 1 years old. What? What? How is a baby 1 years old? I mean 1 day old. Yeah, you were fermenting. You were aging in your dad's balls. I'm telling you. That's a true thing too. Is what it is. Right? 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 I guess, yeah. The time in your mother's womb was like the aging room. Really, I didn't know. I didn't know that CBIT carries my father. I didn't know that. I wish I would have checked that out. What cigar? What cigar did you see good price? Bajou? Yeah, my father's a great brand. I really respect my father's cigars. Here's what it is. Gentlemen, I'm going to bounce. You all take care of yourself. You stay fresh, okay? Have a good night.